is Shireen Janti. I'm an addiction recovery specialist. I'm a case manager. I manage the addiction recovery services office of Musicares Foundation, which is one of the charitable arms of the Grammys, which is NARAS. NARAS is the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. The home base is in Los Angeles, California, and Santa Monica. We put on the Grammys, the Grammy Award shows, and being a part of the Grammys, I mean, there's voting members. Anybody can become a member. Becoming a member, there's different levels of membership, but one of the most significant things that you get to be a voting member of nominating the nominees for the Grammys, along with a lot of other events and stuff that we offer. But Musicares in particular and the Grammy Foundation are the two charitable arms of the Recording Academy. And with the Grammy Foundation, I'll start with that first, it's education in the schools. And so they bring in educational, to the schools. We have Grammy Camp throughout the year where kids send their resumes to see who can get into the school. And then we have like 2 weeks of intense training and just workshops and stuff. So it's really great. And a lot of kids have come out of that and just learned a lot. With Musicares in particular, which is where I come in, we have two sides of Musicares. Everything, by the way, with Musicares is through fundraising and donations. So we have our huge fundraisers, which the biggest one that most people have heard about is Person of the Year, which is 2 days before the Grammys, always every year. We just did our 50th anniversary with Aretha Franklin, which was huge and very successful. But with Musicares, we are emergency financial assistance for music people in the music community, and we everywhere from paying their rent to utilities to dental bills to funeral services. I mean, people who are in need of that, we come in there. We have the addiction recovery services, which I run, and again, in the community, people are very much suffering from alcoholism and drug addiction. We pay for their whole entire treatment from start to finish. We have support groups, ongoing weekly support groups at Musicares for musicians who need that support. We also offer dental clinics throughout the year, medical clinics throughout the year, just all kinds of things, that help the musicians who are in need. And we've just had great success with it, and we're just very humbly happy that we get to offer this service, because there's so many musicians who don't have these opportunities. Exactly that, because there's so many musicians who aren't like key name people yet, or who haven't made it, so they're struggling. They play gigs, they play clubs, they may tour here and there, but they don't have health insurance. And when they get sick, I mean, how expensive things are. So I mean, we help them with or say they've hurt their arm, or they hurt their finger, and it's a guitarist who can't play, and so now he's out of work for 6 months and can't pay his rent. I mean, who's going to pay his rent? Most of them don't have, a lot of people don't have other financial means to back them up. So that's where we come in. I mean, we have played significant roles in people's lives to where we pay 2 or 3 months of their rent, or pay their medical bill, or pay for their child who has cancer and they're not able to help. There's been people who have had people pass away and they couldn't afford the funeral service. We came in and helped them with that, if not paid for the whole thing in certain times. So I think that's a huge role that Musicares plays in artists' lives. You hear of so many people, again, with a drug addiction, who just absolutely are suffering. They're dying out there. They have no means. A lot of them don't connect to the regular community out there. So with Musicares, we are on the level where we understand, or we bring them in, where we can do an intervention. We can really hook them up to where they feel safe and just start connecting with other musicians who have been where they've been. And so when we send them to treatment, they come out and we set up a real plan of recovery for them to be successful. As I mentioned, 2 days before the Grammys, we have what's called Person of the Year. We just had our 50th with Aretha. That's our largest fundraiser. So it's a wonderful show, whoever we tend to honor that year. All kinds of music people and musicians in the industry come to support this event. So a lot of money comes through that event. We have other fundraisers throughout the year that we put on where we make money that way. And then there's people who just, out of the goodness of their heart, if they have the availability to do so, they donate money to us as well. And so all of the money comes through fundraising to help our clients. For us, and I'm just speaking on what I know of right now, I'm a case manager, so I kind of work on that side of things. But with the fundraising, we are one of the largest nonprofits. We've been very successful in just getting our name out there and people really wanting to support our mission and our cause and helping musicians in need. So we've been very successful in that. People have been very supportive. I think that you have to be very passionate about your mission and what you believe in, and you have to really believe in what you do. I believe if you put it out there and you really put your heart and soul into it, I mean, anything can happen. I've seen a lot of nonprofits last a long time and rise to the occasion. It is hard, it is a challenge. Again, I feel we're very fortunate to be in the position that we're in. I think the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things that comes to my mind, is that they're not alone. Even though they are in a specific limelight, that when it comes to our problems, we all suffer from that, and that they really need to take that risk and at least trust Musicares to be an open door for them, who can help them with confidentiality, with dealing with anonymity and things like that. But I think that would be probably the biggest message, I would say, because I think a lot of people tend to shy away from asking for help because of the media, because of the way things are. And granted, there's no guarantee ever that things don't get out, but we really are anonymous. We do have strict confidentiality laws and stuff that bind us to that client. So I would at least at the very minimum ask them to give us a call and talk to us. There's so many other organizations out there that are wonderful to help. And I would say call us, and then we can give them those organizations.
So you guys could actually help?
Oh yes, we network. We absolutely network with other entertainment organizations that assist. And some of them are just for singers, some of them for others. There's others that help all areas of entertainment. So it really would be an assessment over the phone to see who they are, what their talents are, what their background is, and then we could either help them ourselves or in conjunction with some of these other people, or if we can't, we can at least lead them to the right place to do so. For an artist, even though we do have artists that work with us, I'm specifically not an artist. I have a passion and love for artists, but somebody just who wants to be of service and help, who's in that frame of mind. I mean, you give us a call and you start there and see where that takes you. But as far as artists go, if there's so many levels in how they can help. I mean, if you're just an artist who's not in need of help but wants to support their fellow musicians by maybe being able to contribute to our fundraisers, whether it's playing or just contributing, donating money, to the cause. I mean, we really need that. For ones that are struggling and are in need of help, then we ask them to call us. For people who want to be a part of Musicares, there's so many levels that they could be a part on. So again, I would say the first thing would be to do and call us so we find out who they are, what they can do, what their role may be, and how they can be a part of some level. That's the beauty of Musicares. There are some requirements, and the basic requirement is that they have to be at least 5 years in the music industry and just provide documentation of that, or have some released CDs or liner notes. But I mean, if they can provide that, we basically can step right in and help them.
Thank you so much for the interview. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.